Welcome to the Investing Podcast presented by Tusk Media. The final bell has rung and the market is now closed. So let's move on to an audio and video recap with the Investing Happy Hour.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the Investing Podcast, Monday, August 8th, 2016. This is the official start of Season 2 of the Investing Podcast. I just made that decision. I decided we've got like 130 episodes, so I think it's time to move on. A staple of Season 2 will be that in the afternoon when we do the Investing Happy Hour episodes, I'm going to be joined by another Narwhal every time. So joining me today, you know him as the unit, we know him as Matt Krebsbach, or even just Krebs. Krebs, what's up?
Not much. I was going to say, like, you're kind of throwing me off with that Season 2 thing.
Yeah.
I didn't know where you were going with that.
I don't think people expected it. I kind of wanted to keep Austin on his toes just because he's getting a little too comfortable in his post-career here at Narwhal. We fired him last week. He's still hanging on. 2 more days, people. If I can do it, you can. So keep putting up with Austin. I'd also like to comment on the technology we have here. We'll have to get a picture of this and put it on Twitter. Right now, we've got a standard lapel mic, which Joseph told me to call a lavalier mic. It sounds more fancy. We have a lavalier mic hanging from the ceiling all the way down to right here. I don't know if that even shows up. So big time.
I feel like he made that up.
That
doesn't sound like a real
That's
word.
That's the kind of thing Joseph would make up. But for those who missed it, we had our intern awards last week. Go check them out on YouTube. Joseph took home a trophy. Austin took home 5. Scotty no-showed. So kind of what you would expect for this type of event.
Typical intern behavior.
We'll jump in, talk a little bit about the market. Not a whole lot going on today. Kind of a boring day.
Yeah.
Devastating day. Losses across the board. Dow was down 8 basis points, so that's 0.08%. S&P down 10 basis points. NASDAQ down 15. Global Dow pulled out a gain of a little more than 0.5%, up 53 bips. Gold down just a little bit. Oil up 2.58%. Nice little rally there relative to what we've been seeing recently. Krebsbach, thoughts on oil? Is this a false rally? Is it legit? What's going on?
I'm kind of leaning towards false rally. I mean, correct me if I'm wrong, unless there's something I didn't see, but it was mostly just OPEC saying, yeah, we're going to meet and we might freeze.
Yeah.
Like they say every couple months anyways.
Yeah, and that's kind of what OPEC does. They just try to interfere with everything. You can't really believe anything they do. If you remember way back to the old days when we had the old studio, which was actually my office, and we had the whiteboard, we talked about what OPEC stands for. Do you know?
Organization of Petroleum Exporting Countries.
Oil prices extra crappy is what OPEC stands for. So OPEC really just kind of likes to get in the way of things. CF Industries, a stock we've talked about before. You and I have talked about it a lot. We've talked about it in investment meetings. Still have a few clients that own it. Strong day, up 5% today. Anything that we need to be reading into there, or is it just a nice beneficial bump?
In that industry, I mean, there's a ton of things that factor into that, like natural gas prices, crop prices, China. Like, it's kind of hard to pinpoint that on any single day. I'm kind of just attributing it to just like an over sell-off last week.
Yeah,
is what I'm kind of.
Yeah, it really took it on the chin one day last week. It was down. Yeah, a couple of days actually, down quite a bit.
It was.
Other stories for the day: Trump rolled out his big economic plan. I don't know if you read any of that.
I didn't.
I haven't read much on it. It's going to be riveting. The big takeaway that I saw, at least on social media, was a gaffe. Shocker there. Trump said something that he may live to regret, if he ever has regrets. But he was trying to say that his plan was going to pour trillions of dollars into cities like this, and he was referencing Detroit. But he pronounced cities and started the word with a T. I'll let you guys do the math as to what that word was actually coming out as phonetically, but cities, if you started it with a T instead of a C, that's where the money's going to go, apparently, according to Trump. We won't say it. We want to keep this PG-13.
This is a PG podcast.
Yeah, exactly. So he's got plans for those trillions of dollars, and we know exactly where it's going to go. Olympics. Favorite Olympic sport? Putting you on the spot.
I didn't watch it, but I think fencing's pretty cool.
Fencing is really cool. I love that fencing's like relevant still.
Yeah. Like
that something like that is still happening and still matters.
Did you watch any of that?
I haven't this year. I watched a lot 4 years ago. Got really into it. I think I was telling somebody I was boarded up in a hotel room one weekend last year. Sounds like I was like under house arrest or something. It's not quite that dire, but my wife was in a wedding in Huntsville, Alabama. And there's not a whole lot to do there. We went to an oyster cafe because Huntsville, landlocked as it is really known for its oysters. But outside of that, pretty much just hung out in a hotel room with a buddy and drank beer out of a cooler and watched Olympics. So watched a lot.
It's a good fencing.
It was actually a phenomenal time. I'm a big fan of handball. Tried to start a handball team a couple years ago, so big fan of that. Even have an official size handball, that kind of thing.
Did that not pan out?
It's hard to find people that want to play, and it's even harder to find people that you can play. There aren't really handball teams sitting around on every corner. It's a little bit difficult to find. Swimming tonight, 9:54 p.m. Eastern Time. Women's 100-meter breaststroke final. Yulia Efimova caught doping twice. We talked about her this morning. I am so team Yulia. I think if you can cheat and get away with it, all you're doing is maximizing your resources. What are your thoughts?
I agree.
Yeah, I'm really excited about her. I've said this already once, but I want Team USA to win every medal. All that matters is gold. We're not going to celebrate bronze no matter what you've overcome. Silver, sorry, but gold we're about. So I want Team USA to finish first, get the gold, but I hope Yulia gets a strong, narrow second and kind of shows people what you can do when you really put your mind to maximizing medications that are out there to enhance performance.
Actually, kind of related to this, how do you feel about A-Rod's thing? Did you see that?
Yeah, interesting. I'm pro-steroid.
I know.
Just throwing that out there. Not personally, but I think anything that's out there we should use. And A-Rod, end of an era, you know?
I think it's where they're keeping him as an advisor.
Yeah, it's very odd.
I've never even heard of that.
Of all the people I wouldn't want advice from, he's pretty high on the list. He has A-Rod Corp now. I don't know if you've seen that.
No.
But he'll like tweet periodically and be like, rough night at the office. And he's wearing like a suit and tie, just doing generic paperwork at a desk that's way too clean for anyone to actually be working at. So A-Rod Corp going to do a lot of advising, I'm sure. I feel like for a guy that was so good at baseball, there's certain people that don't have skills that are going to translate away from on-field play. And I feel like he might be one of those.
That will translate?
That won't.
Oh, that won't.
I don't even, you know, sometimes you talk to people and you're like, oh, especially in football, you're like, he really knows the game. He really gets it. When you think about A-Rod, you don't really think this guy's going to really have a big impact on a professional organization of any kind, outside of maybe hitting the baseball.
He was good at that, though.
He was. Great run there. This is the Investing Podcast. Hit subscribe. Leave us a 5-star review. Tweet at us. We'll send you one of these awesome stickers. We'll be back tomorrow with an Olympic update, with a morning market mimosa, stock market power lunch, investing happy hour, and we'll have a guest for that one as well. Might be Krebs, might be somebody else. Who knows? Krebs, thanks for being here.
Yeah, hopefully it's me tomorrow.
Hey, we'll see. We'll see how he does. Leave a 5-star review if you want him to come back. Y'all have a great night.
Tusk Media is a subsidiary of Narwhal Capital Management. Ratings and reviews of Tusk Media content are not to be construed as endorsements of opinions, analysis, or services offered by Tusk or its parent company. The opinions and predictions shared here are professional beliefs at the time of publication. We are not under duress from any of the corporate entities mentioned. This is not a solicitation to take any particular action. Although we are investment advisors, this information should not be considered investment, legal, or tax advice. We strive to be as impartial, insightful, and accurate as possible. We base our opinions, analysis, and calculations on information we believe to be reliable, but we cannot guarantee its accuracy. We can, however, guarantee that our opinions will sometimes be flat out wrong due to a variety of factors. Employees and clients of Narwhal Capital Management may or may not hold positions in the securities detailed and may or may not hold these positions in the future. A full list of all securities purchased, sold, or held during the 12 months preceding the date of this publication can be provided upon request. Unless otherwise noted, all data accessed via MarketWatch or the Bloomberg terminal. Past performance does not guarantee future results. A copy of Narwhal's Form ADV is available at the SEC's website, www.advisorinfo.sec.gov, or from Narwhal upon written request.